And welcome back to the Wasted Local Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Daniel, and this week I'm here with Nathan.
What up?
The only person that could be here.
And the person that beat you this week.
Get the fuck out of here. He did. No, Nathan didn't beat me. Mike Evans beat me. If it wasn't for if Mike Evans would have scored a normal amount of points for a wide receiver, I would have beat you by like a point. So, yeah, week 3 has been decided, and we'll go ahead and get into our rundown of what happened. So obviously game 1 was of around genocide, me versus the Wrath of Quan Nathan. And Nathan, if you want to take this one, because I'm still salty.
Not a problem. So I beat Dana 123.4 to 104.5. But like you said, the reason I did is because Mike Evans put up an ungodly number of 41 points, which I believe is probably more combined than his entire season so far.
And, dude, okay, so I was watching the Carolina game because I was waiting for McCaffrey to go off, and he finally did. And I was like, sweet, I'm getting close. And then Greg Olson comes out of nowhere for the first time this season and just fucks me. Because honestly, I could have beat you if Greg Olson would have done the same thing he's done the past couple weeks.
Yeah, true.
But
I mean, T.Y. put up some good numbers before he got hurt too, so I bet you were a little happy about that until Mike Evans played.
Yeah, dude, I was so stoked because like T.Y. went down, and I was like, all right, Saquon's out. He only scored 5.7 points. James Conner's not going to do anything because James Conner's James Conner.
Yeah, fucking Conner.
And then Mike Evans and like I still had hope until that last big play of that game. I was watching it, and I'm pretty sure I threw my phone and just screamed. I was so mad because I knew that there was no way that like Odell Beckham would get me 35 points because he's the only player that I had.
Not with Baker Mayfield at quarterback.
No, and not against
the Rams.
The Rams, yeah. But yeah, that was our game. So we'll just move down the list here.
That was quick.
Yeah. I mean, the other ones will be quicker, but so next we've got the chosen one, Michael, defeating Team Hairless Jess, 141.3 to 74.8, almost doubled her score. And I just want to
He continues to put ungodly numbers every week. I don't know how.
I know exactly how. It's because some people, Roger, decided to trade away good players to him.
Well, I mean, Hopkins only got him 10 points. So
wait, did he not get Elliott from him?
No, Keenan. Well, he got Elliott too, but Elliott only got 15, which is Mac got more than him. But then you go over to Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen got him 37 points.
Yeah, that is true.
And Cooper Kupp got him almost 30. So
yeah, I mean, I knew Kupp was going to, like, everybody kind of gave me shit during the draft because everybody's like, oh, Cooper Kupp, he got hurt last year. And I'm like, he's going to be the number 1 target, and I'm really regretting picking up Robert Woods. Not like it matters because he's been on my bench for 2 weeks. Because he's going to be the number 3 receiver there now. You know?
Oh, yeah, and Kupp has always been Goff's favorite receiver since he's been in. So
yeah, it's because they're pretty white boys, and they're stupid. But yeah, so Michael defeated Jess. And I just want to put this out there that the first week is always kind of weird, obviously. And I'm pretty sure that our draft grade of like a 4 is starting to show on her team there. So I'm pretty proud of that kind of holding up the past couple weeks because she's barely scored anything the past couple weeks.
Well, I knew picking Le'Veon Bell in any draft was going to be risky because he goes from Pittsburgh. Yeah, he had a year off, but Pittsburgh had an amazing offensive line. Jets have no offensive line.
Yeah.
And nobody else. It's all you gotta do is focus on Bell, and you beat the Jets. It's easy. So
yeah, I mean, and they played the Patriots, so the only I think the only 2 times they scored this week was defensive scores, right? Which is still even kind of weird. So yeah, Michael beat Jess, and next we've got Bald Bear Fighter, who actually tied Michael for points. I didn't realize that they were exactly tied, 141.3.
And that wasn't even the highest score.
Yeah. Defeated Injured Reserve Roger, or TPRS, or whatever he's going to go by now. 141.3 to 114.1. So I'm pretty proud of Roger.
Right, I was going to say, kudos to Roger. Yeah, 0-3, but you know what? You scored some points this week. You would have beat 1, 2, 3. You would have beat 3 other people in the league this week.
Yep.
You just happened to go up against Jet and get your dick kicked in. So
yeah, I mean, well, it would have been a lot closer if Chicago wasn't playing the Redskins.
It would have been a lot closer if you put LaShawn McCoy in the game too.
Well, that too, and he started Jared Goff. I told him in the chat. We have our fantasy football text. Speaking of which, Bruce, get a fucking iPhone, please. God's sakes, it's killing me. I told Roger to not start Jared Goff. I was like, whatever you do. He went out last week, picked up Jared Goff. He was super pumped about it, and I'm like, don't do it. It's like the Rams might win. The Rams might be 3-0, but Jared Goff's going to get you 10 points. Well, he surpassed that with 14. Yeah, but that's a good like flex running back or wide receiver pointage, you know? Not a starting quarterback. I don't understand
why he started Peyton Barber over LaShawn McCoy. That's still
because of LaShawn McCoy being questionable and stuff. I think he was worried that he wasn't going to play as much. Plus, they said before the game to start whatever Kansas City's backup is over LaShawn McCoy, because LaShawn McCoy is limping around on the sideline beforehand. So that was a big reason that I think he probably played whoever he played over LaShawn McCoy. But yeah,
then LaShawn McCoy goes off.
Yeah.
But congrats to Roger, because his team actually showed up for once.
Yeah, he actually scored above 70 points. It's crazy.
Thanks to Cooper and Hooper, actually.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. All right, next we've got Team King Dingus defeating VA Chalupa Batman. So that's Josh defeating Bruce, 136.6 to 112.7. And another kudos to Josh's team finally showing up and putting up points.
Well, helps that Ingram scored 33 points for him too. So,
well, yeah, that is true. I mean, he could have scored 20 and he still would have beat him. But yeah, I don't really have much to say about this one other than that.
Good on him for having the faith to put in Winston. I mean, that was a good call.
Okay. So I'll just hold up there real quick, because Saturday night my band had a show, and Josh came up there and he was drunk and he yelled after the show while I was tearing down. He's like, Daniel, who should I start, Aaron Rodgers or Jameis Winston? And I was like, Jameis Winston's playing against a terrible defense. Start him over Rodgers. And he did. So, sorry, Bruce.
Damn.
It wouldn't have mattered, because, I mean, he still beat him by enough to,
True.
He could have almost not even started a quarterback and still beat him, tell you the truth. He would have only lost by a couple points. But yeah, I mean, then Bruce turns around and tries to get me to trade him Odell Beckham Jr. for O.J. Howard.
You mean the O.J. Howard that Bruce has been bitching about for the first 3 weeks? I'm just saying.
Yeah, and then he was like, Julian Edelman. I'm like, well, Edelman's hurt, so no. Sorry. I'm good. You're going to try to give me the worst, an injured player and the worst player on your team. So no, I'm not going to take either of those. But yeah, so Josh finally secured a win. And then last we have unsolicited DAC picks, Josiah defeating Mind Flayer Bonner, Brittany, 144.1 to 128.7.
And I was wrong. I started off with picking Josiah last week and changed it to Brittany. And it wasn't honestly a bad pick, because
no, it wasn't.
Put up almost 130 points.
Mm-hmm.
But Russell Wilson took all the points from Chris Carson. So
yeah, if Russell Wilson, Chris Carson's he's still got, well, no, he didn't. I'm looking at projected. My bad. He got 3.6 points. All of the thing is like if Russell Wilson didn't perform in garbage time, which I know we talked about it last week, like garbage time is important, but he ran 2 touchdowns in. Like you don't see that often, maybe from Russell Wilson, but like, they lost again to New Orleans and he ran 2 touchdowns in. So if it wasn't for that, we'd be might be
talking about an upset.
Yeah, Brittany would have definitely won it. But yeah, so Josiah came out and beat Brittany.
Yep.
A bit of burp. I'm drinking beer. You're welcome.
Sexy.
Yeah, so on to our winners and losers of the week. I kind of have an idea of my winners and losers.
You can go ahead then. You can lead it off.
I was going to pick Brittany for the loser, but I think that's just too much to stack on top of Brittany because, we knew her team wasn't good at the start and it's showing. It's showing now. I'm going to pick myself for the loser this week. And it's because the past 2 weeks I had put up over 140 points. And this week, I thought I didn't think that Lamar Jackson was going to be dumping off to the second tight end on the Ravens this week. Every time that I was watching the game and the other tight end's number is 86 and Mark Andrews is 89, and I was like, hell yeah, I got another catch, and I'm like, shit, no, that's 86. And that really kind of, it wouldn't have mattered if he would have got all those catches. I still wouldn't have beat you, but that and like my wide receivers didn't perform at all. Calvin Ridley got 1 catch. Sammy Watkins only got 8.9 points. Odo Beckham only got 8.6. And even if I would have started my bench, the highest scoring wide receiver on my bench was Josh Gordon. So even if I would have started him over Calvin Ridley, it wouldn't have mattered because I still would have lost. So, I think that taking a fall off of 40 plus points total for 2 weeks, like that, I've been right in the 144 to 169 range in the first 2 weeks and dropping down to 104.5. I'm going to throw that to me. Plus Lamar Jackson wouldn't have done as well if he didn't run that touchdown in either. I'm going to go ahead and give myself the big old L there this week. And did you have a loser picked out?
Yeah, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to go with Jess this week because, like you said before, her team's finally showing their true colors. Kyler Murray's going to get some points, but Le'Veon Bell is not going to be getting her consistent points. Allen Robinson has not even a top 20 quarterback on her team with frickin' Trubisky. That dude is hot trash.
Yep.
And Josh Jacobs had a good first week, but he played against a good defense, and it showed. Mm-hmm. And Michael Thomas got his points, but I don't think he's going to get as many points as he usually would without Breeze out. So, unless Breeze comes back and then Newton on her bench, she's going to be struggling for a few more weeks, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, she should be hitting up the waiver wires. There's a few things that I would definitely do to her team, but I'm not going to put that out there because I'm done helping people. So I was pretty confident.
Got just absolutely blown out, nearly double. So she's getting my default loser of the week.
For sure. Definitely. So, see, my winner, though, I'm not too sure.
Would your winner also have been a loser this week?
Maybe. It's a toss up because there's a lot of them. You came out and you beat, the undefeated me. Jed is still showing, his dominance. He can score 140 points a game. Roger, even. His team doubling up what he has been scoring. Josh as well, coming back from an 0-2 start and putting up almost 140 points. And Josiah getting out of that 113 range. Like, honestly, like, everybody's a winner this week except for me and Jess, because everybody else
Damn
put
your
up
participation trophies.
everybody else put up at least 112.7 points other than Jess and I.
You get a trophy. You get a trophy. You get a trophy.
I mean, everybody did really well this week, and I'm looking down through here, and I would have only beat one other person. So, and that was Jess. So, yeah, I feel like everybody did well, and I'm not going to give it to Michael because now he's 3-0, and I'm pretty pissed about it. So yeah, if I had to choose, it would probably be Josiah, because he finally got out of his little range there and beat somebody that scored over 120 points. Because the last couple of weeks he's finally getting past that hump. If it wasn't for Russell Wilson scoring 2 touchdowns on his own, though, he would have lost.
Yeah.
But that happens in football. So
that game was a game where if he didn't win that, it's Brittany with the 2-1 and him 1-2. So that was definitely a big win for him.
Yep. And it was, it doesn't really matter a lot, but it was a divisional game in the fantasy league. They're both in the West. So that puts him up above her now in that division.
That's big.
Yep.
An overall placement, that's big.
Yep.
I'm not going to give out participation trophies to everybody, so I'm going to go with Roger. Just even though he lost, the fact that his team scored over 70 points is pretty fucking impressive. And I did wait. Let's look at his team. Did anybody on his team get hurt this week? I don't think so.
Let me take a look here.
Not that I'm seeing. I'm pretty sure his whole team came out unscathed. His whole team played the entire week. I repeat, his team played the entire week, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me look. I heard some things about Sony Michel today. He's not hurt, but I think they're going to be going more with Burkhead. I think they were just talking about how he could, like his off-season surgery and stuff has definitely shown because his performance isn't as well. But
getting your tube tied can do that.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody on his team got hurt. So
I'm giving it to Roger. That's it. I'm a good second place because you were supremely confident in your victory.
Hey,
Actually, I'm pretty sure everybody, even myself, picked you last week.
Everybody picked me to win, which is So now I'm going to let everybody pick beforehand, and then if everybody picks me to win, I'm not going to pick myself to win. That's how that goes. The only thing that I'll say about Roger, though, is that looking at his bench, he only has 2 healthy players on his bench. He's holding.
I wasn't talking about his bench. His bench. No. So
I know he's holding on to Tyreek Hill. Obviously, that's smart. Drew Brees, he's holding on to, which he has his 2 quarterbacks are Jared Goff and Baker Mayfield. God, Baker Mayfield hasn't put up 10 points this season in a game.
Because he sucks.
Tevin Coleman's hurt. Deshaun Jackson, we're still not sure if he's going to play this week. Probably not because of the short week. LaShawn McCoy he's hurting. He could potentially be out, but he's probably still going to play this week. And then Damian Williams. So he's holding on to a lot of injured players that, there's plenty of people out there on waivers. But yeah, I definitely proud of him for not killing off Amari Cooper. So anybody else there he can kill off.
Or anyone else.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
We should definitely tweet at the NFL and put a picture of everybody that's been on his roster and compare it to the injuries that have been in it. It's his fault. It's his fucking fault.
Yeah, everybody but Ben Roethlisberger that's gotten hurt is a direct result of Rodgers' team.
Shame.
All right, so I guess we'll go ahead and get on to the league standings now, as it is.
Oh, yeah.
So some things happened this week, obviously. We'll start at the top here. The chosen one, Michael, is now 3-0.
Fuck.
Pretty fucking pissed about that.
He only has 217 points against him.
Yeah, I know. That's like, dude, he's the Patriots of our fantasy football league. The Patriots,
He's gonna hate that.
the Patriots are the only team in the NFL that is 3-0 that hasn't beat a team that has actually won a game.
I mean, I can't talk crap. We're the teams we played are 1-8. So I mean,
same with the Cowboys, but still,
yep.
you know, it's. Michael's just it's easy to win when nobody's scoring points. Who did he play? He played Roger and Jess, I'm pretty sure. Like
that is like playing playing the Dolphins and Jets.
Yeah. It's like I think week 1 he played Roger, and then week 2 he played Jess. And then this week he played who did he play this week? Let me look back here. This week he played Jess. Last week he must have played like Bruce or something that didn't do well. I don't remember. Anyway, but yeah, like Michael is the Patriots of our fantasy football league. In second place is me, Hover Around Genocide. I am 2-1, and the only reason I'm above everybody else's 2-1 is because of my score. Yeah, I have 413.3 points, which is still, even though my lowest score this week or one of the lower scores this week, I'm still pretty far above everybody else in scoring by 40 points, 41 points. Yeah. Then number 3 is Josiah making a leap, unsolicited DAC picks, sitting at 2-1. Then we've got Bald Bear Fighter, Jed, sitting at 2-1. Then Nathan, the Wrath of Quan, sitting at 2-1.
Oh yeah, because I beat you this week. What up?
Yeah. It should be 1-2, but we won't get into that again. Then from here on out, everybody but one person is 1-2. So Josh is in 6th place at 1-2 with 342.2 points. And then we've got Brittany, Mind Flayer Bonner, at 341.7 points. So that's pretty close. 0.5 points away from being tied there. Then number 8, we've got Bruce, VH Chalupa Batman. Number 9, Team Hairless, Jess.
There's those true team colors.
Yep. And holding up the rear, yet again, Roger, Injured Reserve, at 0-3.
So for 3 weeks, he has totaled at 251.2 points.
And this week he scored 114. God. Solid, Roger. But hey, you're making a comeback. So typically we'd go into a smack talk segment, but honestly, I didn't think we were even going to be able to record this week, so I didn't do any of the research. The only real smack talk that I have was me throwing my phone and yelling at Mike Evans. And Mike Evans, if you're listening, if you could just get on all fours and eat my ass, I would appreciate it. So, yeah, there's my smack talk.
You give me 1 second.
You want to call him up real quick? I'm sure you've got him on speed dial now after this week.
Let's see. The only thing I can really say is I talk about Roger doing his voodoo shit on my, because early in the season, Roger had asked for this. He asked me for a package deal that would include Saquon Barkley as the main piece for me, and the main piece from him, LaShawn McCoy. Like, get the fuck out of here, by the way. So I was like, I have a feeling Roger did his fucking injury voodoo bullshit before this game. He was like, hey, Nathan, won't give me Saquon for McCoy. So I was like, hey, I'm just going to curse him, you prick. So, yeah, that's all I got.
I mean, he could have done that, and it's a very good possibility that he did that, but it came back to bite him in the ass because he scored a lot of points and still lost. So
Does he do something with like stuff in the choir or something? Working
in a choir, you said?
What does he teach at school?
I think he's a choir director. I think
He probably sang some voodoo music there. I mean, he teaches at what? He teaches at what? South Harrison, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he fucking definitely does that shit. Never mind. Yeah. They
He's
probably
got all the kids.
Dad or some bullshit.
Roger, quit it with your voodoo. Because guess what? It's only hurting you, buddy. Yeah, Saquon being out for what they're saying.
They said it could be up to 6 to 8 weeks, possibly at the most.
Yeah, and then he turned around and said that he had the same injury in college and said that he was only out for 2 weeks. But this is the NFL. Yeah. And they've got a terrible, terrible team over there. Well, the Giants are, everybody's so high on Daniel Jones and like this whole, everybody's like, pick him up in fantasy, blah, 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 blah. They played a terrible defense.
True.
They played the friggin' Bucks. Like, yeah, the Bucks beat the Panthers, but Cam Newton sucks. So, if you have a quarterback that's actually, capable of caring, then, they're going to get beat. So I don't really buy into the whole Daniel Jones and the Giants being this hot team now because they beat the Bucks. It's the same with everybody's like, oh, the Patriots are the best team in the NFL. It's like, dude, they've beat who have they played? Who have they played? The Dolphins, the Jets, and what's the other two? The Steelers, all 0-3. Like, get the fuck out of here. If you're a Patriots fan, turn this off. We don't want your business. Tom Brady sucks.
Yes. Fuck, I hate Tom Brady.
All right, so we'll go into the final standing projections now.
Oh, shit.
So I don't see, I'm looking at this here, and I don't know if it's really updated from last week because it's projecting where Josh went from 1 to 8, me from 2 to 1, you from 3 to 9. So yeah, I don't even think this thing is actually updated yet.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's updated at all.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and skip that, except for the part where it still got me at number 1 and Roger at 10. So, but I was looking at that earlier too, and I was like, man, this is not right. And I kept refreshing, and it's just not updating for some reason. Unless it thinks that, regardless of your win, it still thinks that you're going to drop down to number 9 in the league.
It might. They're like, oh, he lost Saquon Barkley.
I mean, it might be reading that. I mean, we can go through it if you want to, but I'm pretty sure it's the same as last week.
It looks exactly the same as last week.
Yeah. All right, so we'll go ahead and get into our matchups this week. We'll start at the top here. Now I know we typically look at the rosters and kind of like try to figure out who might win and who will lose. But if you look at my roster, there's only 3 people on it right now, and everybody else is on my bench because I got kind of weird earlier and was just kind of going through some stuff and going through some waiver things. Another thing we didn't cover is waivers because too much stuff. There's just way too much stuff to cover in that. You guys don't want to sit here and listen to us talk about people picking up Gronkowski and dropping him because they think he's going to come back. Like, we'll just not get into that.
I did see while we're on that topic, I did see where it was Josh, I believe, that picked up Winston. That was a good pickup this week that helped him all this weekend as well. That's the one I saw. And then,
yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, if you've got Baker Mayfield, then, yeah, that's a good choice.
All right, let's see. So you're playing big matchups this week. We have Josiah versus Daniel.
Yep.
And like Daniel said, he has not had his roster filled out right yet, so we won't even go to what his projection is, but Josiah, once again, is projected for about 117 points. So,
yep, he's sitting right there in that same range that he's typically sitting in. I've got some waiver claims out, but since I'm next to last in the waiver claims, we'll see if I can get the people that I'm wanting. I definitely need a kicker because my kicker's on a bye week this week. So I'm yeeting. Like, I don't even care. Like, I'm getting rid of Cooks for a kicker. Like, I'm literally getting rid of a tight end for a kicker because kickers are scoring more points than he has in one game than he has all year. Cooks is terrible And I thought, well, maybe with Mason Rudolph, like they'll rely on the tight end more. No. It's just Kamara. Now Kamara's actually producing. So yeah, I'm getting rid of Cooks, which will leave me a little bit shorthanded at tight end for now, but I'm hoping that my tight end doesn't score me a whole whopping like 2 points again this week. But I'm going to give this one to Josiah based on what I'm doing. But if what I think will happens, then I'll beat him by 30 points. But it probably won't happen. But I'm going to give this one to Josiah.
I am also going to give this to Josiah just because of his matchups. Russell Wilson's playing against Arizona, has no defense. I mean, Mike Williams against Miami, like they should score 40 points, but Zach Ertz against Green Bay and like Austin Eckler against Miami too. So the only thing I think the Saints defense probably won't hold up against Dallas. Then I think Kamara will still have a big day. He might be the only one that has a big day for New Orleans that day. And I just think you've got McCaffrey going up against a steady Texans defense, Dalvin Cook going up against a disgusting Chicago defense. So it's just unreal.
Yeah.
And then, but I mean, if you got Watkins and Ridley come up and do something, I mean, things could change. And Josh Gordon, I don't think he'll do much. I mean, I was looking at a stat that through the last couple games for Brady against the Bills, yeah, they've won, but he's thrown more interceptions than touchdowns. So
yeah, I mean, knows? I don't plan on starting Josh Gordon. He also might not be on my team after waivers, so we'll see. I've got some moves that I'm making, but yeah, my biggest hope is that like my wide receivers got to come through for me this week because I'm fine with McCaffrey against Houston. Like he'll get me an okay amount of points. I'm worried about Dalvin Cook against Chicago because Chicago doesn't have to do anything to stop Minnesota's pass offense because
Kirk Cousins is trash.
Because there is no passing because Kirk Cousins is terrible. So they can
$141 million piece of trash.
Yep. So that's what I'm worried about because they're going to be focused on the run game more. So, Dalvin Cook could get me not even 10 points. So that's why all my wide receiver and tight end and flex positions are all empty because I'm waiting for waivers tomorrow and praying that who I have is nobody picks up because I have the utmost faith in this person. And if he comes through for me, it won't matter because we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But if anybody pays attention to anything out there, then he's not going to be there because everybody's looking for, wide receivers and shit. So. Yep. All right. So next we've got Bald Bear Fighter, Jed, versus his wife, the one, the only, Team Hairless. I am giving this one to, I'm giving this one to Jed, but God, I hope Jess beats him.
That would be nice to see them both at 2-2.
Like,
it's just not going to happen, though. It is not.
It won't. I mean, he's got...
The Bears are playing Minnesota. Bears are going to get him at least another 15 points. Mahomes and Kelsey are just going to poop all over Detroit. It could just be really ugly.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I have faith in Detroit, he says smugly, only because, he's hoping that they kill Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey. But yeah, I mean, I don't think Christian Kirk's going to do much for Jed this week against Seattle. Tyler Lockett's going to go off. I mean, against that Arizona defense, I mean, he's going to go nuts. But for Jess's team, I mean, Indianapolis has a pretty good defense. They're probably going to shut down Josh Jacobs. I haven't really watched too much of Atlanta. I just know that the only game that I watched was the Eagles game, and Eagles don't have much of a run game, so I don't know how Derrick Henry will do. Kyler Murray's not going to do much. Yeah, I mean, Jed's going to win this game. Like I'd almost put money on it, but man, I hope Jess wins.
Yeah, I'm going with Jed. Like, I don't even think it'll be close, honestly.
All right.
If she makes her projection at 98, I'll be.
yeah, 98 projected. She'll probably get 76. So, all right. So next we've got the Wrath of Quan versus VA Chalupa Batman, and I took a quick look at this just now, and I'm sorry, Bruce is going to beat you. Solely because
and my roster is not set either. I've got some waiver claims in that I don't know. I don't think I will get, but damn it, I'm going to try.
Well, your running backs, you got Philip Lindsay against Jacksonville, and you've got James Conner. James Conner hasn't done shit, and Philip Lindsay went off.
I had Saquon until freaking Roger put a voodoo shit on it and fucked me. So.
Well, yeah, but that's football, I guess. You know, Roger. I do think that the Browns' defense is going to get torn up against Baltimore. I think that. I mean, I don't think Leonard Fournette's good. David Montgomery,
and he's playing against a good Denver defense, and like. Montgomery for Chicago, Minnesota's defense is good. So
yeah,
it'll be closer than people think. I don't think Lindsey or Connor Connor might have a big game if he gets ahead out of his ass. Who knows?
Yeah,
but my matchups are definitely not favorable.
Yeah, I'm just wondering why. Like, and maybe he'll change this, but like he's got Peterson on the bench against the Giants. I don't think that's a smart move. Delaney Walker's been all right, but I don't think he's going to do anything against Atlanta.
I mean, he is the only person that freaking Mariota can throw to. So.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he picked up Jason Witten, which was my pickup last week because I needed another tight end, and fuck you, Bruce. I was last in the waivers because Jason Witten's been consistent. He's gotten a consistent 8 to 10 points each week, but yeah, I think that Bruce is gonna have a harder week with Dak Prescott against an actual defense. But his running backs kind of worry me. So do his wide receivers, honestly. But I think that
Julio will have a big game. Tennessee is not good.
Yeah, but Devontae Adams hasn't been Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams has been like a number 30 wide receiver this year. He has not been good. That offense itself, just the Green Bay offense just hasn't been good at all.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I'm going to give this to him. I think it'll be close, but I think that he'll beat you. So next we have the chosen one, Michael, versus
let's go, Josh.
Team King Dingus. Right now, as it stands,
he's got some work to do.
Oh wow, yeah. Michael has Garoppolo, George Kittle, both on bye. He's got Matt Breida on his bench on a bye. He's got AJ Green that's out. Whew. Who is his backup quarterback?
Josh, this is your week. Get a different quarterback because Winston is going to get shit on by the Rams. Oof.
Michael has Matthew Stafford. Yeah.
That's good, though. Kansas City doesn't have a defense. Josh, start Rodgers versus Philly this week. Do it. It's a primetime game. Do it.
Philadelphia's secondary is hot garbage.
Yep, and it's lost Ronald Darby, too. He is out.
I would start Rodgers over Winston this week for sure. Mark Ingram against Cleveland, good. I mean, I'm not going to give out any more,
But then again, Keenan Allen and DeAndre Hopkins could both go off for 35, 40 points. Who they're playing against, Miami and Carolina, they could easily.
Wait, hold on. Who was that? You cut out there for a second.
For Michael, Keenan Allen and DeAndre Hopkins could both go off because he's playing Miami's defense and Carolina's defense. So DeAndre Hopkins not so much, but Keenan Allen could have a massive.
Yeah, but if I had to pick this week for the Miami Dolphins or if I had to pick a game for the Miami Dolphins to win, it would be against the Chargers.
I can see that.
I mean, Miami did pretty well in the first half against the Cowboys last week. Like, it was 10-6 at the half, and we came out and just gave it to them. But yeah, this one's kind of tough.
I'm giving it to Josh. I don't care. I'm giving it to Josh. I have faith in you, damn it. I have faith.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give it to Josh as well. If he doesn't start Jameis Winston.
Yeah,
he needs
to
to do
Winston. It's not happening.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll both go with Josh there, just to take down the undefeated Michael, because God, if we have this league for 4 years and Michael wins 3 out of the 4 years, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. So take him down.
It is like the Patriots, son of a bitch.
Yep, it really is. 3 of the past 3 years, he's won 2 of them.
Yep.
All right, so last we have Roger, injured reserve, versus Mind Flayer Bonner. Huh.
I am going to go. I think Roger gets his upset this week. Looking at the matchup, Goff is playing Tampa Bay. If he doesn't start Peyton Barber, should be okay. Well, fuck, I don't even know. Like, this is going to be a lot closer than what.
A lot closer than what? You cut out.
I just stopped talking.
Oh,
I think it's going to be close.
I think that Roger is going to lose solely on the fact that, and now it depends on if he decides to do something with his bench, but I don't see his team performing that well this week.
Well, I mean, Kansas City's going to put up points in a dome, but their kicker's going to have a good week. Denver's playing Jaguars are playing Denver. Freeman could maybe have a good game against Tennessee. But yeah, I see what you're saying. I'm going to have faith in Rodgers this week. 1-3.
I mean, you can.
But I hope you win and one of your players gets hurt.
Yeah. I just think that, Evan Ingram's going to go off against Washington. Juju Smith-Schuster against Cincinnati, he could potentially put up some points. Why does she have James White? Why? What are you doing? Her running backs are trash, dude. She's got Frank Gore. But other than that,
Could start Frank Gore over White, but that's just me.
Yeah, and honestly, I would probably.
Although James White usually performs well against Buffalo, fortunately.
Yeah. We'll see. I would definitely be starting Valdez-Scantling, honestly, over Terry McLaurin.
Oh, yeah. They have no quarterback. Keenum sucks.
Yeah. And, I'm so confused. I guess, Terry McLaurin has had a decent, 21, 14, and 16, so he's done okay. But we'll see if Keenum's the starter this week.
Yeah, true.
We'll see what happens there, but I think this is the week for Valdez-Scantling. I think that he's going to do well. I said it in the draft that he'd be a sneaky pick. He didn't do too well the first 2 weeks, but last week he got almost 20 points. He's playing against a bad secondary, and I think Green Bay is going to stomp Philly, and I think that Valdez-Scantling will have a good game. That's just my opinion. But he's on her bench, so we'll see what she does. But I think Brittany's going to win this.
I'm still going to go with Roger. I got faith.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see if Roger can actually pull through and win a game this week, and see if I can get back on my high horse, I guess you could say.
Why are you not on your high horse anymore? I forget.
We won't get into that again. So yeah, somebody beat me last week and it wasn't fair. He cheated because Mike
Evans. What up?
Yeah, was it up, A, B, left, right. Fuck you, Nathan. So and fuck you, Mike Evans. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, I think. Is there anything else that you can think of, Nathan?
After this week, there'll only be one team in the AFC East that is 4-0. I'm going to say that the Bills pulled the upset this week against the Patriots in New Airfield. You'll see the media will see what's going on up in Buffalo. So,
well, I hope that
nobody has faith in them still.
Oh, dude, yeah. Everybody's got faith in the team that has beat 3 shitfuck of teams, the Patriots. But
I mean, in their defense, as much as I hate them, they are the Super Bowl. But
I mean,
they did play against Jared Goff in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, they played against a team that shouldn't have been in the Super Bowl. The Saints would have dominated that game, hands down, if the Saints would have made it.
Yep.
But again, my opinion doesn't matter because it's in the past, I guess. So yeah, I'm going to be 3-1 this week. I'm just throwing that one out there. Michael will be also 3-1. Yeah. So, so yeah, thanks for listening. And yeah, we'll be back next week, and hopefully I'll be happier. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
All right, bye.